Hey guys, I'm here from Funkin Cocktails. I'm going to show you how to measure and free pour liquids. So first up, we need to know how to pour liquid from a bottle. So it's that first technique. So very simply grabbing a bottle, you've got to hold it by its neck, nice and firm. And the idea to pour is taking this bottle and get it as close to vertical as possible so that the liquid's going to pour out smoothly and there's going to be no interruption from the angle that we're pouring at. So very simply, sweep round, pour vertically down and cut away. Now that cut is the next essential technique. We need to know how to take the bottle out of the pour so we're not just pouring booze all over your kitchen when you're making drinks. So a couple of different ways you can do that. You can do as I just did, a little bounce cut, which means we are bouncing the bottle up and down to actually create some momentum and inertia which takes the liquid away from a downward pour. So just one more time, just bounce the bottle and remove it out of the way. I know I made it look simple, but practice a little bit and I'm sure you'll nail it. The easier way to do that is just a soft cut. So you're just literally pulling the bottle out of the way of its pour and it's going to softly cut from the glass. So we're pouring and we're doing that. The easier way, so you can practice both. Next up is getting the right amount of what you're pouring into your glasses. So we can jigger, so we know exactly how much is going in. So we can take one measure, one jigger, a 25 and a 50 ml pour on either side. Using our pour, we can pour 25 ml in, or pour 50 ml in, or whatever measurement that you need for that cocktail or drink that you're making. The reason why we jigger things is to be specific. It's to make sure you know exactly how much is going in your glass, and because you know how much is going in, the drink's going to be tasting right because the balance is right between the liquids. And when you're making drinks at home, you're not just pouring loads of gin and everything just tastes like booze. Right. Next up, we've got free pouring. So the reason why some bartenders will be free pouring in bars is so they've got fluidity in their movement. So they've got both of their hands free to pour multiple bottles at different times and do different things without having to use both of their hands for a jigger and a pourer. And there's a tangible way of knowing how much you are pouring without a jigger at all. So what we have to do is know how fast is that liquid coming out of the bottle and in what quantity. So it's finding that speed. Roughly a 1 count means 5 ml, counted at the right speed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 25 ml. Double that, 50 ml. Personally, I like to allow for a little bit of air that's between the liquid and the pour and count a bubble in there. So a bubble 2, 3, 4, and swing it a little bit. That's just how I feel like I do it. But whatever works for you. Find your tempo and pour at that speed. So for a 25 ml, you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For 50 ml, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There you go. So a 25 and a 50 ml pour. Another reason why bartenders like to free pour and generally add their own little touch on drinks is just as chefs in kitchens can add a pinch of salt, a pinch of tarragon, a pinch of this. It's the same thing with liquids. Sometimes jiggering it is one thing, but we want just a little touch of finesse, and we feel like it needs a little bit more of this, a little bit more of that to get your drinks tasting just right. So that's how to jigger and free pour cocktails.